Hello everyone. In this video, we'll talk about the most common used commands. And before we get started, please make sure to subscribe and press the like button. Let us get started. So the first command I'm going to talk about is the pwd. The pwd which will show the path you are in right now. So as you can see, I am in this directory or boxes, which is the current user. I'm logging in. So if I want to change this directory, let's just go to another directory. So if I use, as you can see now, I am in the desktop directory. So pwd is very useful command which will show the path you are in right now. So the second command is cd, which is changing directory, which is to change directory from one directory to another. So if I want to go back one directory, I can use cd then double dot. If I want to access a directory, I can use cd then the directory name, for example in our case desktop. If I want to go to the root directory, I can use cd then /. It will take me to the root directory. If I want to go back to the home directory, I can use cd and it will return me back to the home directory, as you can see here. The next command is ls command. ls command, it will list all the files and directories. So as you can see here is the files and directories I have. So ls-l will list it as long list, which shows details such as type of the file and permissions, along with the nodes and users group and the date which the file or directory was created on, etc. ls command is very useful command. It will be used a lot to list files or directories. The next command is cat command. The cat command, it will show the content of a file. For example, let's say we have a file. I will create a new file called my info. So I'll put some data in it. So I say my name is John. Then put it in that file, which is my info. Now I'll use cat command to show the content of that file. Cat, then the file name, my info. And here is it will display the result here. The next command is cp. cp command is which is to copy file from one place to another. So let's say I want to copy kind of just first I will create two files, file 1 then file 2, then I'll create two directory, folder 1, folder 2. So let's just use now the copy command. So I will copy the first file 1, put it into the folder 1, which is this one. So now I have covered this file. Let's just access the folder 1 using cd and use ls command to list all the files or directory in it. So as you can see, file 1 was copied to directory folder 1. So let's go back one directory. Now I'll use the next command, which is mv. mv is very useful command. It will help us to move the file from one place to another or rename the file name. So as you can see now I have file 1. I want to rename it to another name. So I will use mv, the file name, then the new name. So a new name. I will put just here enhanced version. So as you can see, the file name was changed to another name. So I can move this file to another directory. So you can use mv, then the file name, then the directory I want to take it on. So I will take it to the folder 2 directory. Let's just go to the folder 2. As you can see, the file was moved to the folder 2 directory, and it was moved from this place, its current directory, to the folder 2 directory. The next command is mkdir. Mkdir is to create a directory. So you can use mkdir to create a directory where you can store your files in it, or create another directory or subdirectory in that directory. Okay, mkdir, then the name you want to. Okay, the next command is rmdir. Remove directory. You can remove directory if it's empty, otherwise it will not be removed. So you will have to use rm command. The rm command is used to recursively delete all the files in that directory along with its subdirectories by supplying it with some parameters. So I will show it now to you. So now I have folder 2 rmdir, and I moved one file. If you remember, I moved enhanced file into it. So if I want to remove, I cannot see. As you can see, directory is not empty. So if I want to remove this directory, I have to use rm, then use r recursively, then by the folder name. Then here asterisk to remove all the files along with the directory. Now, can remove it. Okay, so you can see here. Just to clear the screen. Okay, as you can see, folder to directory has been removed. Okay, using rm command. You have to be careful when using remove command, which is it will once the file is removed, nothing, you cannot restore it back. So you need to be careful when using remove command. The next command is touch command. Touch command is very useful command. It will create a 0-byte file. What do I mean by 0-byte file? Let's just go here, ls-l. We have a lot of files here. Let's just create another directory, call it test files. Let's just access it. Test files, then we don't have anything here. Let's just use touch command, then create a file. Okay, file 1 ls-l. Here's the file name. Okay, let's put some content into it. I'll put some content. Hi everyone. Redirect the output into that file. As you can see, here's the size of the file. So if I use another now touch command, create another file called file2. As you can see, here's the content. The touch command also, it will help you if that file is already created. You will not be overwritten when you use it again. So let's say I want to use touch command again, touch command in the file 1. As you can see, here's the time and the date first. So I will use it again and use ls. See, as you can see, the content has not been overwritten, only the date and time. So touch command, it will just update the last time the file has been touched only. If that file does not exist, then it will get created. Otherwise, nothing will be overwritten. So you can check its content to make sure that, as you can see, nothing was overwritten. Okay, let's just. The next command is find. Find command, you can use it to find file or directory. Let's say I want to find the file one. As you can see here, we found it. Let's just go back one directory and choose the same command to find file. As you can see, file one is available in these directories and paths. So also you can use asterisk here to locate file in any place in this directory, as you can see here. Also you can use it to use asterisk in the beginning of the word. That means if the file end with the file, return it back, otherwise nothing. As you can see here, if the file start with the file directory or file starts, so return it back, as you can see here. So it's very useful to use asterisk to indicate that you want files that end with the sh, so you can grab all of them. So find command is very useful. You can use it and redirect its output to a file, for example result.txt. Then you can display this result and do whatever you want with it. So let's just remove this file and get back to our folder, and here we can use rm to delete all the folders. You can delete one file at a time or remove them all at the same time using asterisk here. Now all the files in this directory had been removed. So the next command is grep. Grep command. First I'll create a file, I call it data. Then I will put some value in it. So my age is 50. So put this data into this one. My name is okay. So they have to use double so that I don't override the data. Let's just now show the content of this one. As you can see, here's the content. I can use grep command to check this data as cat, then grep. So grep is very useful to filter the data. So let's say I have a large file which contains a huge data. So I can use grep command to loop through this file and get if this file contains this data or not. So I will say I want to search for this one, John. Okay, it's not available, the first one, John. Okay, as you can see, you cannot find any data. Now if I give it meaningful name to CC, I will give it now the correct name for John. As Linux is case sensitive, so if you provide it word with the lower case, it will be ignored. So you have to provide it as is. See, it's found John. You can use -i to ignore the case sensitive, and this one, and you will find the data you're looking for. The next command is head. Head is a very useful command. Head it will return the first 10 lines in the file. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so we'll create a file, uh, call it lines, txt and put, okay, just use nano editor lines and put here line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5, line 6, etc. until we reach. I just put this so that you understand what I mean. 9, then line 10, and line 11. Okay, I have now 9 have now 11th line in this file. So cat lines, as you can see here, from line 1 until line 6. Let's just use the head now. Head, then the file name, which is lines. See, it will retain the first 10 lines in the file. Okay, if I want to retain only the first 3 lines or only the first line, you can use head dash n, then the number you want to retain. Let's say I want to retain only first lines, I can use 1. If I want to retain the first 5 lines, I can give it 5, and to retain only the first 5 lines. Okay, the next command is tail command. Tail command is similar to head command, but only retain the last 10 lines. So let's just use tail, then the lines file. As you can see, to retain lines from bottom of the file or from the end of the file to the top. So except for the first one, it does not return, because it return only the last 10 lines of a file. So if I want to retain similarly to the head command, I can retain only the last line or the last 3 lines. The benefit using tail or head command, if you have logs which updated frequently, you can grab the last lines and manipulate them according to your own needs. So as you can see, here is the last line. The next command is diff. Diff, which is, it will compare between 2 files. Let's say I have here file 1 and file 2. I'll put some data in them. So hi in the first file and echo hi file 2. Okay, let's just use diff now. Now this one will not show anything because both files are identical. Okay, let's now change the data in the second file. But here hi 2 and use, as you can see here, it will show us the difference between these 2 files, this one. Okay, let's just add another here, age hi or age with diff, okay, etc. Here's the benefits of using it will compare between 2 files. The next command is tar command. Tar command, you can use it to archive files or to archive files and directories or unarchive them. How you can use it? You can archive your files by using tar, then -c create v verbosely f files, then you can provide the file name for the compressed file that you want. So for example, I want my files, the trr, then the data. I want to compress all the data directly in this path. See, as you can hear, it's what all the data and files, our files or directories have been compressed into this one. I can display the content of this compressed file by using tar-t bf, which to list all the content of this compressed file, then the file name. As you can see, here is the content. And you can extract them. So you can using x command here, x to tar than x file, then the path you want to extract the data in. That's all. Now we'll talk about the change mode command. Change mode command. Change mode command is a very useful command. Should use to change the permission in certain files. So I will use ls here. As you can see, I have file 2 which contain these permissions. So the first here is to indicate the user rights. Then here's the group rights. Here's the other users rights. So what do I mean by others? Uh, Anonymous users or users outside these two, the owner or a group. So as you can see, here's read. The owner has read and write permissions. The group has, the read and write permission as well. Let's say I want to change this one for the anonymous. I want to not allow anyone to access this file or anything. Just I can use change mode. Then provide the minus here r. I can use here. So O then minus. Okay, then R, then the file name. Okay, let's just use ls. As you can see here, we have removed the permission from the other group user. So why do I have put I put O here? O indicates others permissions. G indicates group permissions, and U indicates user permissions. So the owner of this file. So if you are the one who created the file, you'll be the owner for this permissions. Be the owner for this file. So now let's say I want to return the permissions. I can just use a plus sign here to allow other users to access this file. Also, there are other ways to give permissions instead of using the O or G. You can use numbers here. The highest number is 7, which indicates the full permissions for the user. Also, if you use 7 here, that means you want the users and the groups and the others to have full permissions for files too. So let's just now, as you can see here, now they have full permissions. How can you calculate this one? Okay, I'll show you now. Calculation numbers is okay, just here we have three numbers, which is 4, 2, 1. If I want full permissions, this one 4 indicate read. Okay, this one indicate write. This one indicate execute. So let's say I want for the users to have full permissions, then I will have to put here, I have to sum these numbers. Here's 1, sorry for this, 1, 1, 1 equal 7, which means 4 plus 2 plus 1, 7. Okay, if I want for the group to have only read and execute permissions, I can put here 1, 0, 1, which is equal to 4 plus 1 only, because we have removed the right permission from them, so it will be 5 here. So if I want the others to have only read permissions, then I can put here 1, 0, 0, which is only before here. So now the final answer will be 754, which indicate that the user will have full permissions to read and write and execute, and the group will have only read and execute permissions, but they cannot write or create file. So the last one is the others will have only read permissions. So okay, let's just now use it now. Change more than 754. Here's the permissions and the file name. Let's just use ls. As you can see here, file 2, the full permissions have been granted to the user, the owner of this file. Then the read and execute permissions have been assigned to the group. As for the anonymous user or other users have been assigned read permissions. The next command is man command. Man command is very useful and helpful. You can use it to, if you want to know the instruction for such certain command. For example, let's say I want to know what are the other parameters or I can pass to a certain command. For example, I want to know what other things I can supply to ls command. I can use just a man and the command name. And here's the full description for this command. Here's and the parameters. You can use -l to display all the entries, including the hidden one. When I supply a to the ls command, then it will display the hidden command, hidden files and directories. -A will list these dot and double dots, etc. You can read, go loop through this document and read a lot. So the commands will be your friend to when you want to navigate or know about a certain command. I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe and press the like button if you like this video. Thank you.